Beep, 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 beep. Breaking news. Here we go. Right, okay, this is breaking news from the European Conservative, which I've got here, and it's very important, so let's get it out there. But buy me a coffee, become a warrior teacher, join my Patreon, buy me a book. It's all the usuals. Right, there we go. This is from EuropeanConservative.com by Helena de Lazoun. I'm so sorry, Helena, if I said that wrong. The new British Prime Minister energetically denounced what he describes as a kind of woke nonsense that has invaded and contaminated the whole of public life. You know, time long ago, Rishi Sunak. The new British Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, is reportedly planning to amend the Equality Act 2010, which governs transgender issues in Britain. He intends to define sex as a matter of biology, not gender, thereby taking an ostensibly conservative line on this controversial issue. There's nothing conservative about reality. As it stands, the Equality Act, passed in the UK in 2010 under the Labour government, aims to prevent discrimination towards those who suffer from gender dysphoria, especially in terms of gender reassignment. Only in terms of gender reassignment. Transgender people can use the preferred gender spaces, such as sanitary facilities and shelters, whether or not they have undergone a surgical transition. A simple gender recognition certificate may suffice. Prime Minister Sunak intends to end this system, which gives legal value to self-identification. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. If this is right, okay? So cross everything. As a result, men who self-identify as women without being biologically female, which they can't be at any rate, right, and without having undergone a medical transition, because it makes no difference, they're still men, would no longer be able to access places reserved for women. Hallelujah! 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 If this is true. Transgender right groups are concerned about this announced legislative change. Are they now? That's because they don't like it up 'em. But Sunak seems determined to go through with it. He denounces the brainwashing of transgender activists. This is it. Boys and girls, this is it. The LGBT media source, Pink News. The LGBT bum paper, Pink News, reported his unequivocal words. We are determined to end the brainwashing, the vandalism and the finger-pointing. He energetically denounced what he describes as a kind of woke nonsense that has invaded and contaminated the whole of public life. Sunak also focused on the issue of sex education in schools. In the UK, sex education in familial and communal relationships has been compulsory in all primary schools since September of 2019. Sex education, compulsory in secondary schools. Oh no, sex education, primary schools was familial and communal relationships. Sex education is compulsory in secondary schools where external teachers are imported. That's the European Conservative, strange way of saying it. Have you been importing those teachers again? They have, right? The use of external speakers for these lessons is all too often an opportunity for abuse. Abuse by critical social justice nutters, right? Okay. The British Prime Minister wants to strengthen control over these lessons to ensure that the content is really adapted to the age of the children and is not an opportunity for inappropriate militancy, i.e. leftist mad nutters. Far left, Chairman Mao, Bummy Licky, Pol Pot, Fingery, all that, those lot. Disgruntled lot. Grievance merchants. The change in policy, according to the Telegraph, was a response to complaints from parents who felt they had been deliberately excluded from their children's education by being denied access to contentious resources in areas such as race, transgender and sex education. The Information Commissioner's Office, a public body responsible for monitoring access to information for UK citizens, revealed that it had been instructed to explicitly deny parents access to a copy of the content of sex education lessons that urged children to become transgender allies. Needs dealing with, hasn't done it, the ICO. The content in question promoted the trans activist organisation Mermaids, which is under investigation and was recently denounced by the author J.K. Rowling. Keeping the content of the sexuality course confidential, effectively a parental ban, was justified on the grounds of preserving the intellectual property of the School of Sexuality Education, an organisation that regularly intervenes in schools. Another scandal concerns teaching material distributed to 200 primary schools entitled All About Me syllabus, which promotes masturbation. Since when does that need to be promoted? It's not like you take it off, put it in the cupboard and forget about it. You know when you buy a liquidizer or something, it goes in the cupboard, you never look at it again. It's not the same, is it? Always there. It's always there. Sunak intends to prevent such abuses in the future. I mean, this is interesting. This was published in the European Conservative today on the 11th of November. Yeah, I think they're probably on the back of the reporting that's already been done. But this is the kind of thing we want to hear, and this is the kind of thing that is, going to make other people elsewhere in the world wake up to what is going on. So I welcome this little bit of European conservative news for my friends and my warrior teachers who are in Europe. Maybe this is a bit of a move forward. Who knows? We shall see. Thanks very much. Bye bye.